Hello all my dear friends, once again I welcome you back to my YouTube channel Modern English with Khandu Dayal. Dear friends, if you are new to this channel, please like, share, comment and subscribe my YouTube channel to get more videos. Dear friends, already we have seen the first part of the brainstorming session of the lesson Voyaging Towards Excellence. Let us have a look on the second part of the same lesson, in which we are going to discuss about the activities. Activity number 3. Fill in the blanks selecting the correct phrase from the alternatives given. Now what we are supposed to do, we are supposed to choose the correct phrase from the given brackets and we are supposed to fill in the blank place. Right. So one activity is done for us. Let us have a look on the first activity. By the end of the week, she was beginning to feel at home in her new job. And this is what the first activity is done for us so that we can understand. Let's have a look on the next fill in the blank, that is B. When he lost his mother, he was completely. Now we are supposed to choose the phrase from the given brackets. So the correct phrase here is, when he lost his mother, he was completely broken. Next, traveling can help to what? Now again we are supposed to choose the phrase from the given brackets. Traveling can help to broaden one's horizon. Next, after my retirement, I started dash dash as a social worker. Now what is the correct option here? After my retirement, I started my second innings as a social worker. Next, having faith in God dash in difficult situation. What would be the right phrase? Having faith in God keeps one going in difficult situation. To succeed in any competitive examination, one requires a sea of knowledge. The simple village girl fell out of place in a formal party. This work done by Sindhutai Sapkar touched the hearts of millions. The teacher spoke at length explaining the concept. The speaker was completely stumped by the intelligent questions asked by the audiences. So friends, this was about the choosing the alternatives, right, and filling in the blanks. Next question here is, read the text again and find out all the words related to the game of cricket. List 2 meanings of each. Now what we are supposed to do, we are supposed to find out the 2 meanings of the words which are related with the game of cricket. Now one is done for us. Let's have a look on the one. Now there are 2 columns, in which the first column is all about words related to the game of cricket, whereas second column talks about its meanings, right? Now there are 2 sorts of meaning. One is general meaning and the other is cricket's meaning, right? So the first activity is done for us. Let's have a look. Second innings. Now what does that mean? In general meaning, the second phase of life of an individual where she starts or pursues a new or different career or the post-retirement life. That is what the general meaning. When you talk about cricket's meaning, it is when a team comes to bat for the second time, it is known in a test match is known as second innings. Now this was about the things that is done for us. Let's have a look on the other words. Scoring. Now this is related with the game of cricket. Scoring has 2 meanings, general meaning and the cricket's meaning. Now scoring means what? When you talk about general meaning, it is getting something, right? So, and when you talk about cricket's meaning, it is gaining runs. Scoring means to gaining runs, to acquiring runs. The next word which is related with the game of cricket is stumped. Again it is having 2 different meanings, that is general meaning and the cricket's meaning. When we talk about general meaning, it is unable to solve a problem because it is difficult. Now that was about a general meaning of stumped. When we talk about cricket's meaning, it is stumped means method of dismissing a batsman. So it is the kind of method wherein we can dismiss the batsman. The next concept here is target setting. This is the word which is related with the game of cricket. Again, target setting is having two different meaning, that is general meaning and cricket's meaning. We will talk about general meaning first of all. What it is? Target setting means deciding to achieve that one hopes. When we talk about cricket's meaning, it is deciding to achieve number of runs. That is what target setting is having two different meanings in general and in cricket. The next question is, go through the text to find the antonyms of the words given in the grid and fill the boxes. Now one is done for us. Lucky. The first word is given here is what we are supposed to do. We are supposed to find the antonyms of the given words. The first word is unlucky. So what is the antonym of unlucky? One is done, that is lucky. Next is solution. So what is the antonym of the word solution? It is problem. The third is trust. What is the antonym of trust? Doubt. Fourth one is confident. What is the antonym of confident? Diffident. The fifth one is advanced. What is the antonym of advanced? Lower. Sixth one is blockhead. So what is the antonym of blockhead? Genius. So this was about that activity. Next activity is primary auxiliary verbs are be, have and do, which occur most commonly and can also be used as a main verb in a clause. Now go through the sentences given below and say whether the verbs are main verbs or primary auxiliary verbs. Now what we are supposed to do? We are supposed to go through the lines which are given here. I had a very simple upbringing. So it is the main verb because helping verb is working as main verb. Next is I was immensely impressed. Again main verb. I had learnt from my childhood that money did not mean everything in life. Auxiliary verbs. Next, he was a convent educated guy. Again main verb. Next, they did all the work in time. Main verb. I had to achieve a lot in life. Again main verb. So this was about that activity. Dear friends, let's move towards the next activity. Read the given sentences. Does Sam write all his own reports? The secretaries haven't written all the letters yet. Terry is writing an email to a client at the moment. The verbs in bold are broadly used to express tenses. Do can also be used for adding emphasis, as in I do know the answer. The verbs be, have and do are called primary auxiliaries. When helping verbs are used to express the mode or action, they are called modals. Now let's look on the next examples. You shall have a holiday tomorrow. Now whatever is given in the bracket, that expresses its meaning. We should obey our elders. Obligation. I can play the piano. Ability. Could you open the window please? Request. Means whatever is given in the bracket ahead, that shows the meaning of the modals. Study the given table carefully and do the activities that follow. Now there are two columns given here. Modals less definite to more definite. And the second column talks about expressions. Right. The first column is modals less definite to more definite. Let's talk about can, could, ability, should, advise and obligation, shall, will, futurity and determination, would, habitual past or request, may, might, permission and possibility, must, have to, that is compulsion, that expresses compulsion. The next, used to, again it expresses habitual past. Ought to, expression obligation. Need to, it expresses a kind of necessity. Dare to, it expresses a courage. So this was about the modals and their expressions. Next activity is fill in the blanks with appropriate modals according to the situation given in the following sentences. Take an umbrella, it might rain later. Next activity, people must not walk on the grass. Third activity, could I ask you a question? The signal has turned red, you ought to wait. I was a sport person in my school days. I can play badminton. I am going to the library. I will find my friend there. So this was about the modals that we are going to use according to the situation. Let's talk about the next activity. Do as directed and rewrite the sentences. A. I did not fully understand their discussion, but I was immensely impressed. Remove but. Now we are supposed to remove the but and we are supposed to write the sentence again. B sentence. I had decided that I would do nothing of this sort. Remove that. We are supposed to remove that and rewrite the sentences. C sentence. My fear had vanished and I started feeling at home in my hostel. Use when. Now we are supposed to use when and we are supposed to rewrite the sentence again. D sentence. It was only my self-esteem which stopped me. Remove which. E. I plunged into all these branches of knowledge. It was a period of renaissance. Join with which. F sentence. When I look back, there are a number of lessons that I cherish. Remove when. We are supposed to remove when. G sentence. There are hundreds who tell me that they understood the theory of relativity. Remove who. Now dear friends, what we are supposed to do, we are supposed to do the sentences and we are supposed to rewrite them according to the instructions given in the brackets. So let's have a look on the answers. The first sentence in which we are supposed to remove but. So the answer is, though I did not fully understand their discussion, I was immensely impressed. Next is B, in which we are supposed to remove that. The answer is, I had decided to do nothing of this sort. Sentence C, in which we are supposed to use when. So let's have a look on the answer. When my fear vanished, I started feeling at home in my hostel. In sentence D, we are supposed to remove which. So let's have a look on the answer. Only my self-esteem stopped me. E sentence, in which we are supposed to join it with which. So the answer would be, I plunged into all these branches of knowledge, which was a period of renaissance. F sentence, in which we are supposed to remove when. So the answer would be, on looking back, I find that there are a number of lessons that I cherish. G sentence, in which we are supposed to remove who. So the answer would be hundreds tell me that they understood the theory of relativity. So friends, this was about some of the sentences in which we are supposed to add certain different sentences by removing what we are asked for. Let's talk about the activity 5. Flyer is a small piece of paper intended for wide distribution at a public place, handed out to individuals or sent through mail or post. It is used for advertising an event, program, drive or product. Now one activity is done for us wherein we are supposed to use that leaflet for an advertising. So the advertising is done here for admission. So admission open at New Art, Science and Commerce College, New Delhi. Mission statements: changing lives through quality education. Details of the courses, the features, why to choose us. Means when we look at the advertisement, so everything is being covered. In the same way, in the leaflet also everything is being covered. So this is given here as a sample for us to understand. Right, now what we are supposed to do, we are supposed to use all the points and details so that we can create the own flyers, so that we can prepare the other flyers on the basis of the points given here. Now we are supposed to use the following points so that we can create the another leaflet for an advertising. So the points which are given here are details, special features, why to choose, need of drive, purpose of the mission, anything special, add your own points. So these are the points that we are supposed to use for creating a leaflet or a flyer. The topics which are given here are yoga class, tree plantation drive, cleanliness drive, help us to end child labor, let's get rid of the monsters, tobacco and alcohol. So we have chosen the first topic, that is yoga classes, and also we have done the leaflet including all the points that we have described here, like details, special features, then why to choose, then anything special, and add your own points. So we have followed all the points so that we can create the leaflet. Dear friends, as earlier we have discussed about the points that we are going to take into account while writing, while creating a flyer, right? So we have created a flyer, that is leaflet, on the topic based yoga classes, wherein we have followed all the points and details, including details, special features, then why to choose, everything in detail we have written.